Thomas here with Much Props, going to give you another how-to video. Today we're doing something a bit different. I need space. Not our relationship. I'm not talking about that kind of space. I mean, literally, I have props stacked on top of props on top of props, and I'm having to stumble over them to get to things. So behind this wall is a family room in our house, and we don't really use it. So I have walled off that room, and now that's the man cave, and this is the workshop. So I've taken away all the things that typically clutter up this room. Behind you typically is a recliner and a PC and a projector that I edit on a screen back here on. And then over on the side there's like display cases with tons and tons of props stacked up on top. I've moved all of that out, and I've made workstations for me to be more productive. I have a 3D printer, I have a Cricut, I have a cheap laser cutter that I bought last Christmas, and I haven't got to use any of it because it's piled with props on top of it. So hopefully in the upcoming videos you'll get to see me try my hand at 3D printing and using my Cricut a little bit more, and hopefully doing some laser etching stuff, which is pretty exciting. And then I'll be able to hopefully show you some new stuff and get some new skills. But I want to change the background. It's been this way for over a year, I'm sure, and it's getting kind of dirty, and there's like paint splattered all over. And I bought some foam to insulate the walls so that it'll make it better for recording, and I need something to kind of go right there. So I want to make a sign, a Much Props logo sign. So that's what we're going to build today. I guess technically if you put a strap on the back of it, it's a shield, so you know how I like shields. Today we are going to make a custom sign out of EVA foam. Let's get to building. I printed out a large copy of my logo and got to cutting. Working from the outside in, first tracing the outer circle, then the fist, then the black outline, and last the lettering. I used 10mm EVA for the base and the fist. The outline and the lettering was done in 4mm EVA. To get rid of the curve in a roll of foam, just hit it with the heat gun real quick. You could also roll it up in the opposite direction to help flatten it out. I started using paint pens to mark on my foam because silver Sharpies are kind of expensive and they dry out super quick. Also, the outside edge got cut at a 45-degree angle to match up with another piece later. For the large parts, I marked them off and put down a coat of barge contact cement. For the next layer, I just coated the whole top of the fist with contact cement and squeegeed off the excess with a scrap piece of foam. To give it some thickness without buying an expensive piece of 48mm foam, I'm adding a strip on the side to give the illusion of that thickness, and it'll add some dimension to act as a ledge to hang the sign off of. I also might go back and make a mount with lights to radiate from underneath it. I'll wait till all the foam on my walls is up before I make that decision.
I hit it with 2 coats of Plasti Dip, then a light misting of silver, brown, and black spray paint for an aged metal look. You can go back and watch my finishing of the custom space helmet video to see an in-depth tutorial on how I get that spray effect. Now I masked off the center, and I'm using toothpaste in random spots to mask off parts for the paint chipping effect. When I spray paint over the top of this, those areas will scrub off. Remove the masked areas and scrub off the toothpaste with a little water and paper towel. Then I went over the top of everything with some acrylic paint to add in the rest of the colors by hand.
And we are finished. Here is the end result. Overall, I think it turned out pretty cool. You can now kind of see how this could easily be a shield if I put a strap on it. I'm going to point out a couple things that I may change to it. I had to paint this late last night, and the weather's been up and down here, so it made it kind of difficult. But I think I may go back and add a little bit of rust to this in Much Props dirty fashion style, and kind of dirty up just a little bit more. But I do want you to see, because of the weight of the foam on the top, it's kind of concaved this circle just a little bit. If you didn't want that to happen, you could put braces back here to kind of make it stand up straight, but I kind of wanted it that way just in case there was a glare or something. It'd have a curved surface to go off of. But yeah, maybe you will try and make a big sign for yourself and impress your friends with your ability to make something that a store would charge you a lot of money for, and you did it really cheap using EVA foam and a bit of little paint, and it's totally custom. Sure. Maybe you'll get some...
Yay!
And inevitably, they're going to ask you, how'd you make that? You can give them one of these. Tell them, Much Props. I like it. You may be seeing more of this.